What's going on, guys? Welcome in. I almost forgot to bring myself up on the screen. Sorry for the delay. A little bit of delay here. My camera was having issues, so I had to restart real quick. But I am here nonetheless. So I'm going to let everybody pile in here. I appreciate everybody who's hopping in here. Drop your comments. Let me know who's all in here, and let me pull my film back up since I had to restart real quick, and we'll get this rocking and rolling. So today, what I wanted to do is, of course, go over kind of my observations when looking at the film from the Illinois game. I looked at the defensive and offensive film, so I'm going to go through a little bit of both today if I can get to it. If not, for sure, I want to start with the defense. I'm sure most people here probably want to see what went wrong with the defense first and foremost. So we're going to start with the defensive film, and then I'll get into whatever of the offensive film that y'all want us to get to. First things first, though, if you are new here, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. And then for the people who are always here, of course, just drop a like and leave your comments, leave your thoughts. Let me know. We're going to dive right into it. So let me go ahead, and I got the film up here from the Nebraska defense versus the Illinois offense. All right, so I'll pull this up on screen, and then I'm going to go through my notes here. Let's see. So we got, not sure if we're going to be breaking it down or break dancing, but we're here nonetheless. We could do both. We could honestly do both. Missed the live last week. Well, I appreciate you being here. William, what's going on? Never mind me. Appreciate you hopping in here as well. And let me go ahead and share the screen with y'all here so we can see what we're looking at here. Window and share. All right. Let me full screen this here for y'all. All right, cool. So actually, let me pull this real quick. I'm gonna do one thing. This will work better. All right. So I'm going to side by side these two here, and we'll get rocking and rolling. Okay, so I'm going to go through a couple of the observations in terms of the defense. I'm going to go over the scheme in general and just kind of give an idea, give you all a feel for what Illinois did so well that I think made the difference between their offensive game plan versus Nebraska and Nebraska's offensive game plan versus them. And so the first thing that I wanted to start with, and y'all can let me know, make sure that y'all can see everything on this screen okay to my on the film screen, because I got both of them kind of up on one screen that have my notes. So just let me know, make sure y'all can see everything okay, that it's running fine, because it's sometimes when I watch it back, it's a little bit choppy as well. So all right. Let's go ahead and dive into it, and let's go ahead and start from the top, why don't we? And then also, I'm going to break down that overtime period for the offense. I'm not sure if I'll get to it today, but I will go into that just so everybody's tracking. All right, let me go ahead and start. Where's my first clip at? All right, first drive. So first drive, let's go ahead and talk about the sequence: 4 runs, 2 passes for Illinois. Okay, so they came out immediately. First play here, let's go ahead and run it. All right, so the first play here, we're going to see John Bullock in a little bit of a run stop. You're gonna see. Sorry, let me run it again. All right, so we're gonna see Bullock run stop. We're gonna watch Butler come down and muddy this play up a little bit. So you're gonna see Bullock is one guy that I want to spotlight, and the reason why I'm pulling this play up is because Bullock was all over the field all night, as we remember, as you know, and you saw from the turnover, etc. But I want you to watch closely here. I want you to watch Jamari Butler, kind of muddy this play up a little bit, and then watch Butler come down, seal that gap, make the run stop. Okay, so like individual efforts were there. It seemed like it was the team as a whole, the effort. There was a lot of guys out of position that you'll see on this film, and it's kind of it's something that we're not used to seeing. We're not used to seeing guys lose their eyes. We're not used to seeing guys out of position. And again, this is where I think a lot of what Illinois did concept-wise had a lot to do with that, because their scheme was very simplistic. It wasn't overly complicated, right? Look, watch this. It's a bunch of out routes and hitches, right? Throughout a lot of this game. So right here, we're on a simple out route, right? Boom, out route to the bottom of the screen, easy pitch and catch, right? Their goal here was to get Luke Altmaier into a rhythm, right? And that's exactly what they did. So the first play, they come down here, 6 plays, 4 runs, 2 passes, and they come down here and score. All right, now let's just go ahead and fast forward it to the second drive. This is where we get the strip by John Bullock. So let's go ahead and forward this up a little bit. Let me get it over to 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and we'll see where the first thing I want to show you is. All right, so right here, 5 minutes, 20 seconds. What we got is an in route. I'm going to let it run, and y'all can see the play first, and then I'm going to break it down. All right, so you see that again, just a simple little out route. So right here, we got up here, watch his hips. Hips not in a great position. He's going to almost be running the opposite direction. DB's going to, or the receiver's going to sit down on this route, kind of break it down. And then, of course, the DB can't beat back. It seemed like they were picking on the defensive backs, right? Tommy Hill was had plantar fasciitis, and of course, Bly Hill's out. So we're already kind of limited at that. And it seemed like they went after them, and a lot of there was a hands to the face on that one, of course. But it seemed like there was a lot of picking on the defensive backs. So moving over to 5 minutes and 53 seconds here, I'm going to show you all this just a little bit. This is kind of an inside zone concept. Now, what they're going to do here is watch. They're going to remove a defender from the box with this motion out. Okay. So what that's going to do is and they're going to fake the throw, which is going to cause Bullock to hesitate before he can come up to fill the gap. Okay. So they're going to spread the field to open the middle and work it off of the RPO, which is the run pass option. And so here they come with the moving him out of the box, right? They get this motion going, clears him out of the box. They do the fake pump. That's going to kind of make Bullock hesitate right here. And then kind of gets a little space there, is able to come up and get a few yards, right? Simple concept, simple, just moving the eyes, right? A little motion out, kind of clears that box out just a little bit. Bullock has to stop for a second, and then he's able to then come down and make the play, okay? Now, moving over to 7 minutes and 29 seconds. I'm going to roll this forward just a little bit here. And I'll get into y'all's comments as we go, so be sure to drop your comments in here as I run through these. I'm going to be taking periodic breaks. Okay, so here we go. So on this play here, we'll let it run, and then I'm going to break it down. All right, so this is the great heads-up play by Bullock whenever he got out, and this is, again, a great individual effort by him here. So what you're going to see from Bullock here, let me let it run. All right, so they're going to motion. Again, a lot of motions from them. They're going to motion him out, right? And then you're going to see Bullock coming on this stunt. He's going to be dropping down from over the top right here. But now watch the recognition, watch the play recognition for him to see that. Boom. Takes a little bit of a backward step side laterally, and then is able to kind of come up and make the play again. Big play there. Just wanted to spotlight that. A couple of his individual plays that he had made incredible plays on. So heads up play, that just kind of shows his IQ. He was all over the place. And then let's move it forward just a little bit. Okay, and then here on the defensive stop, what you're going to see as Altmaier's rush out of the pocket, you're going to see the edge rushers. Basically, they're going to bring pressure off the sides. They're going to force Altmaier off his spot. So they bring around, force him inside, and then you see there's another guy coming inside right here. And so he's just going to have to sneak up in the pocket, take what he can. And then, of course, that keeps them from the touchdown. Okay, now I'm going to roll it over to 9 minutes and 3 seconds here, and we will start. And this is going to be their fourth drive, right? And again, starts with a very simple concept here. Simple, quick slant. Okay, here we go. Motion across. 85. They use 85 a lot. Okay, quick slant. Again, nothing too complicated. Fake the inside zone. Simple, quick slant. What he's going to do, he's going to see a defender step up, right? See this linebacker right here step up a little bit. That's going to free a little bit of an opening on this slant. And this cornerback doesn't have that little bit of help right underneath. Easy pitch and catch, quick slant right there. Boom. Right? Simple concept. Forces the linebacker to play back a little bit. When they step up, you throw the ball right over the top of them. Okay? All right. Next play here. All right, we're going to run this little inside handoff here. Good run stop there. And what we're going to do is we're going to get up to 11 minutes 30 seconds here. Let me let this run just a little bit more. All right, so this one right here, this is again good pressure around. Ty Robinson loses contain, is able to contain him in on the side on the outside there. Let's go at 11:30 here. All right, so on this one right here, this is a play that comes up later, okay? Because this is going to be taken away. They're going to see zone here, right? But eventually they're going to want this look in man coverage. Okay, but it stops on a penalty, but watch this. Just taking on this play real quick. Mm-mm. Sorry, it's the next one. All right, yeah, right here. So I want you to watch this kind of wheel route that they run coming across right here, and it's going to come out this direction. So they're bringing 17 across. Now he's going to be coming out on that route, and then you're going to see this route coming across right here, and you're going to see him up top here on this wheel, right? And right there, they wanted that. He wanted that ball right there. He wanted that throw over to the top. Check takes the check down there. So again, that's a play they come back to later, but would they hit that other route when they have the coverage? So what they do is they bring 17 across. The wide receiver at the top is going to run a wheel. Now we'll move it to 13:48, and this will be the last play here before halftime. And I'm going to give you kind of my synopsis of what kind of they did in the first half. So this is 3rd and 8, right? And again, hitches, slants, out routes, those things were stuff that they used a lot. So right here, they're going to use because we're playing off ball man, right? You see, giving cushion across the board here, right? So 3rd and 8, let it run. Whoop, quick hitch out. Doesn't make the play, but just again, the concept is very simple. It's just they're playing off ball man, break down, quick pitch and catch and go. Again, he didn't make the catch. The throw wasn't perfectly where it needed to be, but again, it's a simple concept in terms of their part. Okay, so when looking at kind of what I saw overall in the first half, and you can leave your comments on here of what you thought of the game, because what I saw from a lot of fans alike is kind of questioning. First off, a lot of things across the team, but I think the biggest thing that I've been seeing that I take somewhat of an issue with is the fact that a lot of what's being talked about is the team's growth up until this point. Is the team as good as we think they are? And I think sometimes what people need to understand is that, like, when you go against a team that is well coached, well schemed, and they have a lot of individual good players who play well as a unit, that's what Illinois is. Bielema is a great coach. He's been a great coach everywhere but Arkansas, right? Arkansas was a struggle for him, but in Illinois, he's got finally this team of experience, but he also went in the portal and he got a bunch of guys from elsewhere to come in. So a lot of experience on this defensive side of the ball, but mainly for Nebraska, what you see with these missed assignments. And as I'm going to get into the second half here, you're going to start to see some of those really start to rear their head a little bit more. So let me go ahead and dive into the second half. What's going on, Pit Snipe Husker? Appreciate you hopping in here. It's Illini Electric Boogaloo. What in the world does that mean? Not a clue what that means. If you want to explain. All right. So third quarter, let's run a third quarter, 16 minutes here and 7 seconds. All right. So this one right here is going to be a little bit of a coverage mishap. All right. 16:07. There we go. All right. So we're going to be in cover 2 here. Was open shell over the top. So no close coverage, meaning there's no single high safety over the top, right? All right. So keep your eye on the bottom of the screen. Okay. The route is supposed to be passed off, and it's not going to be. So a route comes open over the middle of the field. I'll let it run, and then I'll tell you what I see. Okay. 4 comes open free right there. All right, let's back it up. Okay, so what happens here is you're going to see these 2 routes right here, and they're going to intersect, right? And you're trying to mix up these defenders right here. So what it's going to be is you have Bullock right here over the middle, right? So you don't need 2 people occupying this space here. So somebody needs to go out and help at least cover this route, at least get underneath it to a point where you don't have to run all the way across the middle. But what you need to do is you need to hold it long enough to where it can get passed off the Bullock So that way that window doesn't open. And so again, right here, let's let it run and you'll see exactly what happens. Both guys get caught up on this bottom route. They both get stuck on it. And then that route just comes right open over the middle. And then it's an easy pitch and catch. Again, it's just simple stuff, right? That's a very easy throw for Altmaier to make. Very simple concept, just made difficult because the zones didn't do their job. The individual assignments weren't done correctly. So let's go to 1903 here. Okay, again, zone responsibility. This is just simply pitch and catch, finding the soft spot of the zone. 1903, middle of the field. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So you got a little bit of open look up the top. Again, you got two safeties over the top, no single high safety. You call that open look. Okay, motion out again. Another motion. You're going to see 85 come up later in this, as we know. Now, here's the middle of the field coming open. And now here's part of where their scheme comes into play. Okay. So you have some guys in the box here, right? You run a little motion. Okay, this route right here just came open over the back of this linebacker. Now what happens is when you're attacking the outsides, right? So they attack the outsides, so they're spreading the defense out a little bit, but then they're coming back and they're attacking in the middle of the field. And what does the attack in the middle of the field do? It's going to put strain on these linebackers because the linebackers then can't come down in the box to stop the run, because then they also have to be on their heels and worry about the middle of the field in the pass. So you really can't pin your ears back. And what Illinois did well is they continued to go back and try to invest in that run game, right? So that way the linebackers were constantly in between. You know, are we going downhill to stop the run? Or are we backing up to sit back and play the middle of the field and scan the middle of the field? So right there, again, easy pitch and catch. Finds the void, finds a soft spot over the middle of the zone, and make that easy throw. Okay. Now, after this, here's what I want to show you in the lead up to the touchdown. Okay, so we had that one over the middle of the field. Now I want to show you just how many consecutive plays here, right here, go to the short side of the field, and how the kind of the setup is to 85, like I just mentioned, because this is the one where the touchdown goes to him out of the back of the end zone. So you have Altmaier there stepping up. Let me see. Let me get to the short side plays here. Okay. All right. So all right. So we're going to start running them. All right. See how they're on the short side of the field right here. They're going to start attacking that short side. All right. So you get a little kind of like a run little option pitch there. Move forward a little bit. And you get another play. And what they're going to do with this one out to 85, you'll see it's just again, attacking the short side. They'll get the motion going left, move the pocket right, and just a little dump off. Again, just a simple moving of the pocket. So that way Nebraska's edge rushers and defensive line can't get where they need to be. Get the motion going left, get everybody going left, and then roll it right. Quick underneath dump out to 85. All right, so you see him they hit him once there. Okay, now let it run again. There's going to be another play where they run a very similar concept to what they're going to run in the end zone. Okay, we'll let that run again. They're sliding 85 outside. Boom, just a little peel back. That was the one-handed catch by the running back there. Really, really good catch by him on that one. And then I'm going to fast forward it here just a little bit to 25-26, and that's where we're going to see this play that looks a little similar to what we're going to see in a second. So right here, okay. Let this run through. Got two of those defenders coming down to that right side. You're going to overload the right side. Motion coming across, moving the pocket right. All right, so I want you to watch this play from this backside view, and you're going to recognize this play or a very similar version of it, okay? So those two come down. Now watch, he's going to play action, move the pocket here. Now watch, you see 85 right here, about to run just kind of a little to the back corner, but it's covered here. All right, everything's covered. Okay, now let's fast forward a little bit to 26-35. We'll let this play run here. There's a little catch right there, 26-35. All right. So what you're going to see on 2635 is Bullock is going to alert. This is where I think kind of the defensive lapse starts. All right, so you're going to see this motion across right here. Okay. Now Bullock alerts right there. Okay, I want y'all to notice that Bullock is going to alert that there's going to be a motion coming across and to be aware of that outside. So here's the motion. All right, you're going to see Bullock step down. Now watch. There he is. He's telling him. He said, "Hey, watch 85. Like 85 is going out, and then watch 85 pass right underneath that route. There's nobody help out there because nobody on the other end received that. So again, he tries to pass it off to that side. Alert, go in that direction. Pass out. Easy concept. Just throws it right out to him. I mean, there's not having to do too much for Altemeyer there, but just simply throw it out. He knows that route's going to come open. There he's motioning across. You see the motion. That's man coverage. Pushes out, and easy pitch and catch. Now, then we know what eventually happens. Now we're in the end zone, or now we're at the goal line, and then here we go. Here's this play. Let this run. All right, and then they sneak 85 out. So he's going to be on this end right here. And they're going to run a somewhat of a little high-low right here. So it's just 84 is going to come out in this. And what is supposed to happen is you need somebody to stay back on this. You want somebody to take on the underneath. But look how many people bite up, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 people right here. Nobody's on this underneath route, which meant this 85 route right here is just going to come completely wide open. High-low looks. They took the low. Nobody took the high. Wide open. But you see how they went kind of to 85 a few times on that drive to lead up to that touchdown, right? He came out on one, was blocking, came out on one, they threw it to him, and it was drawn back. They motioned him, blocked him again, and then they came back out, and then they ran that high-low with 83, I think, or 84 and 85, and kind of got him open there in the back of the end zone. So, again, it's simple setup concept plays that led to that, and just missed assignments on Nebraska's side of the ball. And this is why I'm saying, like, a lot of this stuff really points to being fixable, because it's simple eyes, and it's just trusting the guy to your left, trusting the guy to your right, to make the play. And I think that's what a lot of this has come down to, is they need to trust each other. And I think this game is really one of those where they needed that to kind of really see, hey, I think this is a game where the defense, it put a lot of stress on the defense. Of course, the defense has played excellent over the course of last season, this season, but now they have a lot of things to show up on film that they can. I mean, I hope they get mad at watching this film, because I as a defensive player, I'm sure they will. And this is why I think this team is going to rebound and respond, because this is the best film that they've gotten all season. The film where you make mistakes is going to make you the best. All right, so now let's go ahead and come us to this next drive. And now our linebackers are a little bit on their heels, right? You can watch them. You watch them hesitate a little bit with the motion man, right? And the run game is going to start opening up. All right, you see them get a little bit on their heels. So let's watch the what I'm talking about in this play. So let me see. So right now, okay, motion coming across again. Go figure. Bringing the motion in, but now you have your linebackers sitting back a little bit, not able to just fully come downhill and attack the way they want to. All right, so you see that motion come across. Bullock's pointing across right there. And you see the hesitation, and now we're attacking downhill. But that hole opens up, right? That little hesitation keeps you from getting in that gap. Okay, let's move to 2806 here. All right, so this is going to be a little run to the edges. Okay, so this is where the run game starts to happen for them. All right, you see how it's running to the left side. Now the 3-5 is susceptible to the edges. That's one of the things that makes the 3-5 defense a little bit difficult to guard the run with, is because you are a little susceptible to the edges. That's where you need to really kind of fill in with stunts and stuff like that. But what Illinois does a good job of here is they get numbers, right? And it's all a numbers game on the 3-5. That's why you want your nose to cause as much havoc as you can, because if he can take on multiple blockers, that gives you an advantage when it comes to numbers. Okay, so Right here, they got numbers. They got 1, 2, body on a body, body on a body, body on a body. And now you got 1, 1, 1. Now you have him here, but you also have a lineman getting to the second level, right? Your linemen are in the second level. They're doing what they need to do, and he's just able to spring through and have a big run. Okay. All of this starts because of the game plan that they had in the first half. And now those motions, all of those little sneak outs, all of those little things that they were doing now has the linebackers on their heels. And you see Bullock getting blocked right there, gets to the second level. You have these linemen are in the second level already, and it takes, good on Ty getting back and getting in on that play though. Now let's move over to 28-53 here. And again, I'll get into your comments in just a second. Okay, what I want to show you on this play here. This is Gifford right here. Good play by Gifford here. So 85, he's going to watch to take 85 to see what he does. And then immediately identifies run, comes down and makes the play on that one. So, that's another instance right there where, watch. He's going to shadow 85. Come down, make a play. So like that's another thing that happens though. When you're in man coverage and then you have Gifford, then he has to stay with him and then he can't come down and like play until after. So next play, this is a tempo thing. The defense is not set. And you'll watch in this play, they just take advantage of the defense not being set and not being ready. Right here. Okay. Everybody's still standing around, right? Look, right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people looking this direction. Our line's standing. They're snapping the ball. Boom. Easy pitching. It's little things like this, right? This is off. I don't know why the score, the little thing in between is off on this one, but it's not overtime. I don't think. No, I don't think it is yet. But again, just defense not set. They're able to come out and make a quick little pitch and catch. And that's on looks like 3rd and short, if I'm not mistaken, looking at the yard marker. Okay, so that can't happen, right? Your defense, especially at this point in the game, your defense has to be set. Your defense has to be ready to get down there. And everybody's looking at the side. Look at this. They're snapping the ball. And Bullock and everybody just realized that the play is going on. And now look at everybody scrambling. He's putting his mouthpiece in while he's trying to make the play. Little stuff like this, right? These are the things that need to get corrected. Okay. Go. Let me run it to 29-58 here. Okay, right here. All right. And so what you're going to see here is Altmaier is going to see open space on the strong side. Let's see. All right. So you're going to see the edge come through. Edge is going to be forced around. Nash is going to go inside. And then that gives Altmaier a lane to scramble. So again, here, boom. It's just almost like a QB draw type of look. And then he has a blocker right there. Is able to come through and get a few yards on that one. So again, and then we get to the touchdown here. Let me go to their touchdown, and I'll show you what happened on their touchdown here. All right, so they're going to fake the inside handoff. Again, this is a big part of the concept, faking the inside handoff. And this is when they snuck in number 94 to go out and make this play. So fake the inside handoff. And what does that do? It just drew everybody down. All of these guys just took 2-3 steps down in the box. Okay. Now they're going to roll right. And you see big number 94 right here. You see the high-low again. Here's the high-low. They take the high. Nobody took the low. 94 sneaks out. You got how many people trailing? Okay, so watch again. Watch on this backside view. Now, when they fake this inside handoff, watch how many of these step up to bite on that. Boom. Not only they step up, they step in. And then what are they going to do? 94 just turns a corner, takes a peek, runs out, makes a catch. Simple concept. Simple stuff, right? That beat Nebraska. Simple things. Okay, let's go ahead and move it forward. Let's see. We are at 39. Okay. So 30-39 here. Another motion with number 85. Mm-mm. All right, so watch this play real quick. Hold on. Let me go back to that. All right, so you see 85 motion in. Okay, now I want you to watch the reaction to him when he comes across. Watch the reaction when 85 comes across. You see everybody here being honest because they see him, but it's a run to the other side. Now they're breaking to the other side, right? That's what sneaking out 85 will do for you. That's what mixing in those motions and really making it. So you see they have to stay at home over here. Again, can't pin their ears back as much. And 85 is blocking. Now the play's on the other side. Bullock's running across to try to get back to the other side of the play. Okay, 31 minutes. This is 4th and 2 here. So let this run. Okay, this is really good by Bullock again. Really good play here by Bullock. And basically what Bullock is going to do is he's going to stay in a good guarding position, and he's going to take this throw away because he wants this throw, right? Again, earlier on that quick slant where the linebacker was drawn in and they were able to throw it out. So he's going to want to take this throw, but Bullock stays where he needs to be on that throw. And, oh, sorry, I rewound too far. Right here is Bullock. Okay. He's just going to stand his ground where he needs to be. Boom. Takes that step. That allows the edge to come off the backside. Forces that fumble. Gets to Altmaier. Forces the fumble. Again, that play, just a really good coverage by Bullock, recognizing that RPO, and then the backside pressure for getting home and really being able to force that strip sack. Then we're going to go to 30-52. And this is going to be a simple, this is going to be a stunt, right? So this is going to be a simple stunt. And sorry about that. Bullock's going to crash in. So you're going to see Bullock right here. Bullock's going to crash in, and Steph is going to rotate. Steph Thompson's going to rotate around. So we got Bullock crashing in. Steph's going to come around this side and fill that gap. Okay, so again, I'm showing some positive stuff on here as well from this linebacking core. Now 32. This is 3209. This is another Stephon Thompson play at 3209 here. This thing doesn't scroll very well. Sorry, guys. I think this was this the good one by him? All right, let's watch. So he's going to sit back on this one. Wait. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so he's going to attack, right? But watch his eyes. Watch Steph's eyes. So he attacks the center, but watch him right here. So the ball's right here, but watch him keep an eye, and then watch him just work his way down into that gap. Works his way down, fills the gap, and is able to come in and stop that. Good to see that on film from Steph Thompson, though. That is a great play by him. Good recognition, way to stay with that play. Let's go to 32-42. Okay. And what we're going to see here is it's a double team on Nash, right? And then Steph Thompson's going to have 2 gaps to pick from. So he's going to be right here. They're going to double Nash. So when they double Nash, this is the thing about your nose taking on numbers, right? Because then it opens up the gaps for you. So you have this hole and this hole. So Steph's kind of in no man's land right here and has to figure out which one to pick. And he's able to get down on it. But again, that double on Nash, that's what makes that happen. And so, like, again, a numbers game there. Steph Thompson able to come over and make the play, but it put him in a little bit of a tough situation there. So let's go ahead and go to the next play, which is going to be another simple out route. Boop. Out routes, hitches, inside zone RPOs, right? Run it again. Right? Just a simple out route. Simple concept. And then we're going to run to this one right here. Okay, so you see there's a shift to the right side here by Bullock and Steph Thompson. So they're going to shift to overload the right side. Okay, now they're going to kind of quickly double Steph And what that's going to do is it's going to allow, basically what that does is it threw the blockers off, right? And so they double Stephon Thompson, and I think it's just an identification type of deal, right? Because when you bring these two down, they rotate over, right? Now these guys blocking assignments, where are they going to block? Okay, so instead he's going to take him, but he also tries to take him, and this is going to free up him to come down and make the play. Boom, boom. Now he gets around, is able to come around and make the tackle. Okay, now let's get in overtime. This is the overtime sequence defensively, and then I'll get into y'all's comments a little bit here. All right, so first play, inside zone handoff. Oh, I'm sorry, it's going to be on this. When we let me get it to overtime first. That would probably help. But yeah, I think a lot of y'all can see kind of what I'm alluding to when it comes to the conceptual stuff, and I hopefully this is making y'all feel a good bit better about what we saw out there. Okay, so let's go ahead and first play of OT here. After this one, it's going to be inside zone handoff, and this is where this was the big play, right? And there was a couple of pursuit angle issues, but I think Singleton fell down on this play, if I'm not mistaken. So, all right, here it is. This is that big run. So guess who came in motion? 85, right? So 85 came in motion, is chopping his feet. Okay, here we go. Now, what Ty likes to do on these little runs is he likes to crash on the inside shoulder, right? Coming off the edge, he likes to be ready for inside runs. And what he does is he's going to crash down on the right tackle's inside shoulder and just try to shoot that gap. And he's going to try to explode through and make the play across that inside shoulder. So what does he do? Because 48 goes to fill the gap as well. Ty crashes down to blow up the play, and that allows him to just bounce it outside. And you got Singleton, who was already on the ground. Number 8 out there was already on the ground. So watch it from this angle. All right, 85 comes across motions. Now you see he's ready for Nash trying to crash down on that play. Nash going to try to crash down. They're both going to take that inside. Watch 3. 3 bounces it out. Look where Singleton's at, just getting off the ground. Now he has to hurry up, cut hard right. Bad pursuit angle allows them to get down there and basically nearly going for the touchdown there. And then, of course, we have very, very simple play design. Just nobody gets out on this. Nobody gets out on this. Okay, so we have 2 players here, right? 2 players in the same exact spot. Nobody goes out and takes that. I think everybody's just trying too hard. Everybody's thinking too much, and people aren't doing their job out there. Okay, and then that was the touchdown. That was the overtime touchdown. So let me get into your comments and how much time we got. We got time before I go into the offensive side of the ball. Let's see. Seemed to me we're fine until the officials made bad calls. Yeah, and one of the things about the officiating though that the way I like to kind of look at these after the fact, right? And let's say officials make a call, one of those calls, Nebraska, the same thing sequence of events happens, right? Let's say they call a penalty, Nebraska scores and wins. That doesn't take away all of these issues, right? And so that's the one thing I want to look at. I know a lot of us are emotional after losses because of the loss and the officiating, but like look at it, kind of in that these things are still an issue. And those, the personal foul on the sideline, yes, but the execution was still a problem. And I think that still needs to be our focus because that doesn't get corrected with a win, right? That's still the issue. I know we'd rather, of course, learn from a win than a loss, but not getting lined up properly. Tom Osborne talked about in the 95 before the Fiesta Bowl against Florida. Yep, said it time before, but Bears repeating Bert is easy to mock, but Bert he is a solid football coach who has our number somehow. My question is, why weren't our schemes equally brilliant and effective? It seemed like schematically we didn't have much of a rhyme or reason to what we were doing. And and a lot of people were talking about, yes, the play calling, and Matt Rule even talked about Satterfield's play calling after the fact being, good. And I'm not arguing that it wasn't good. There was good concepts. I just don't think the game plan, what Illinois did is they had an effective game plan. Apologies about the dog. They had an effective game plan coming up. They orchestrated that, and their game plan was to work things off of. So what they did with all those motions, right? They ran certain play designs, right? But they didn't show the extra stuff until they needed to. But they had a bunch of plays ready to go in a similar, very similar concept, very similar formation, similar motions. And then when they got down in those situations, they reached in their pocket and they had this play, you know, third and short, let's reach in our pocket and have this play. You know, second and goal, reached in our pocket and we had this play. Right. It didn't seem Nebraska had those concepts because it seemed like the play calling individually across the course of the game was good. But it wasn't like schematically, I don't think they'd built enough to where they can be like, we can go in this formation and we can run these 4 plays, you know, you know, out of this situation. We have 4 different situations. We run 4 different plays out of this for 4 different situations. It didn't seem like that was built up as the game went along, like Illinois had done with their game plan. And I'll jump to the offense in just a second and start showing a little bit of that. ILL, good game last Friday. Get too down on yourself. I think it was 2 good football teams facing off. They played each other 10 times. Each win 5. Yeah. Sonny, go away. No, I'm just playing. I think your Illini beat Penn State. Put Penn State to bed. Okay. I was sorry. I had a brain fart there. Put Penn State to bed. Good luck. Yeah. I'm curious to see how they look against Penn State. I don't think the spread has really given Illinois much respect there. Oregon, the real test for Illinois. You got $1, so they at least split them. It's one thing to preach the defensive philosophy and making them adjust to us. Then they do. Now what? Tony White, yeah, he'll respond. He'll respond. And that's the biggest thing I think too is we trust his staff, right? We trust the coaches. We trust his staff. Now let me pull up some of the offensive stuff here and kind of show you what we're looking at with Nebraska's offense versus Illinois' defense. And and bring up some notes here from this. Now, a lot of good, of course. What we like, it was hard to be upset with what we saw from the offense out there. Let me pull this down here and get this back up here. Okay, so I guess y'all can enjoy it while it just plays there for a little bit. All right, here we go. Cool. Let me get to my notes and let's run through this offensive film here. And so I'm going to spotlight some of I'm not going to go as in detail as I did with the defensive one. The defensive one, I wanted to be a little bit more in depth because I think that was our biggest concern there was just kind of what the defensive lapses were and why the defensive lapses happened the way they did. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with, let me see here. Offense. All right, here we go. 4 minutes, 20 seconds. And again, for those of you that are in here, if you don't mind dropping a like on the video, just helps us get in the algorithm, helps people see what we're doing here, helps me out a lot. So I'm bad at self-promotion, guys. Y'all know this. All right. So this is just a simple, quick hitter over to the middle to Fedoni. Okay, so good play design here. So you're going to see a couple of routes coming in here. You're going to see this one going that direction. You're going to see Fedoni kind of, he almost throws him open, finds that little window, right? Waits for that little window to open right there. Finds Fedoni open in the middle of the field. Easy pitch and catch. Okay, let's get to 5:17. All right. So what they're going to do here is they're going to end around, and this is the jet sweep kind of end around that they did. And I want you to watch the recognition from the cornerback to blow this up. Okay. He's already breaking on this now. So he already knows, he's probably seen this play on film and or saw it on film and immediately knows what it is by the motion and or knows what it is immediately whenever he sees the blocking concept. So he's going to come down, crash down, and immediately blow his play up, right? So again, this is more so play recognition defensively, right? Here comes the sweep. Watch him. Boom, he's gone. Immediately blows that play up. Okay, so great recognition on their part by the defense. Moving over to 7:07. Let this run here. Okay, so this was 23. Sonny, I want you to pay attention to this play. I might clip this play and send it over to you. I'll get this off the screen here. Watch 23 on this play. This is super impressive, and this is why I wanted to spotlight it. So he's going to get doubled. Now watch 23 get under this double team and make this run stop here. Look at him squeeze through and stop that. That is, I don't know why that's so impressive to me. Watch him squeeze through here. Boom. And stops the run. That is excellent play. I mean, that's just finding a way. That's what I'm talking about. Like effort. That is effort. That is just tremendous effort on his part. Now moving over to 9 minutes and 40 seconds. This is the one where Ramir caught it and was out of bounds. So come around here. And so what it looks like to me, right, on this play is there's going to be a little bit of a cluster up here. And what I think Raiola wanted to do was I think he wanted to hit Jamal Banks coming out on this route. But Jamal Banks falls. And so part of me almost wonders if he adjusted and then threw that to Ramir, right? Because I feel like he wanted initially to get Banks out of that break. You'll see here, Jamal Banks, boom, gets bumped off his spot. And then Raiola kind of throws it out of bounds, and Ramir was kind of out of bounds. It was a weird play. Part of me thinks that he wanted to throw that up to Banks up top, and I'll let it run one more time. So you see the concept out of here. You're going to have Banks motioning in, and he's going to, it's kind of almost like a pick play that they want it to be, but you'll see he breaks the pick play up by shoving him down. So here, boom, he pushes him down. Ramir is out of bounds. So let's go overhead to 11 minutes and 7 seconds. And this is going to be an end around here. So this is going to be an end around to Nair, and I just want to show you kind of the offensive play design here. So you're going to see Borkacher. Borkacher is going to kind of come like he's going this way, and he's going to flip direction and go back around this way. And then they're going to do, so you watch, they're going to get everything flowing right. All right, everything's flowing right. Boom, boom. You get a couple of these guys crashing here. You have Nair coming back around this way, here. And then you see Borkacher's already kind of reversing his field. All right, and then there's the handoff to Nair. And now you see Borkacher is coming up this direction. Banks does a good job here of not holding or anything like that. He just keeps his hand on the guy. So you see him engaged in the block right here. Borkacher's coming up to make this block. Nair in the end around. But, he's going to do a good job of pushing through, Nair's block and kind of forcing Banks' block and forcing Banks to the boundary. Since he can't get off the block, he's going to try to force him back. Banks does what he does, keep his arm on him. Good job blocking overall for Banks on that one. I looked at his PFF grades for his blocking numbers, and they were better this week, which they haven't been bad this season. But again, just faking that around, the sweep around the side. And then that gets us up to 11:40 here, where we're going to get the touchdown. And on this touchdown here, you're going to get the run fake going one direction. And basically, it's a levels concept. So I'll let it run for y'all once. And then I'll go back and we'll break it down. Okay, so this is timing, right? The thing about a levels play and what you're trying to do with a levels play, right, is you're going to see what levels is you're going to have a route coming, or you're going to have a couple of routes coming all the same direction. It's kind of a levels. It's levels in a way, but you don't have like just straight out routes coming. You have some coming in the flats, and you have some coming over the top. But you're going to get routes going this direction and get the flow of the play going one direction. You're going to get another route going another direction. And that's going to create just a split second window of timing here where these zones are going to move this direction. And then this guy's still managing this side of the field, but these guys are brought off their spot right. And there's going to be a little window there open to throw it to the back of the end zone to hit Isaiah Nair. Okay, so I'll show you. We have one route coming here. One route coming here. You have route here, and he's going to be coming this direction. Fedoni's going to be coming out this direction. So we got one. He's going to come here. He's going to come here. And then watch him find Nair. Nair's going to wait. Boom, sit down, boom. Perfect timing on the throw. Great throw by Dylan Raiola there. Again, that's all a timing play. Getting everything going one direction. Okay, you're going to see Fedoni's right here, but that's not who he wants. And then there's Nair. Finds him right across the back of the end zone, right in that little window. All right. Let's go 12 minutes, 8 seconds here. Now you're going to see Borkature here is going to fake a out route, or it's going to kind of run like a little, not an out route. It's more of just kind of like a little sneak out, but nobody's going to fall for it, right? Nobody's going to fall for it. So that way the run up the middle, they're able to just come in and key in on it and watch it from the backside view here. Okay, you're going to see him come in and then watch him. He's going to do a route, kind of a little flat route outside, and nobody's even goes with it, right? Nobody falls for it. They're crashing down here on Dowdell. They both come in and stop the run. Again, you didn't clear that guy out the way Illinois was, right? Illinois was doing a good job of kind of clearing those guys out when they would run those plays. Now let's move to 20 52 here. All right, so what this play is you're going to be attacking the seams of cover 3. Mm. All right, let's let this run. It's a good play here. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm talking about when I say attacking the seams of cover 3. Hold on one second. All right, let me back it up. Cool. So when we're talking cover 3, cover 2 is going to be open over the middle of the field, like I talked about before, because when you have a safety over the top here, close coverage though, you got to take advantage of some of these zones, and you're going to find little opportunities in cover 3 kind of here. And what this is this is to attack the seams of the cover 3. And so what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of deep routes. You're going to see these kind of coming down the sideline, these little go fade routes, and you're going to have 2 deep posts come open right here. And what this does is it's going to cause this safety right here. He's not going to be able to break on either. And then you have these deep thirds still trying to protect their deep thirds with these routes coming out here. And it just kind of creates a little bit of an opening right there. Boom, tight window, takes the hit, and is able to hold on to the ball. All right, let's fast forward. 15 minutes and 18 seconds here. All right. So on this one, trying to take advantage of zone, right? Trying to take advantage of the zone coverage. It's and they are in zone. And so it's a long developing screen. So you're going to see that motion out, and they're going to try to get a little tunnel screen right here. Okay. We'll see how it goes. Boom. Inside screen, blows up. Okay. Now let's watch it from here. Now watch 41's eyes. Okay. 41 does a good job of recognition in what this is here. So you're going to see the motion out. Okay. Now 41, right? You see that little pump and then the underneath. The 41's already attacking that underneath, though. He recognized it immediately. Watch his eyes. Watch 41's eyes here. Motion out. The pump to Emmett. Boom. He's down on it. Blocking was not good by our lineman. 41 does a good job of taking advantage of them being on their heels and not ready to make the block. Gunnar Gatula and Justin Evans just whiffed there. Now going to 16:32 here. Now this is the interception touchdown play in the back of the end zone. So what you're going to see here is a motion across. That basically lets them know they have man coverage. When you bring a motion across, this guy's running across with them. That's man coverage. And so what you're going to see is you're going to see a free release. Nair's just going to run to that back corner of that end zone. Ryla throws it up to him. He slows up a little bit to go up and get this ball. And then the rest is history, of course. Ruled an interception after it was all said and done. But here's the motion out. Again, identifies that one-on-one man coverage. Nair slows up just a little bit to make that play, grabs it off the back of him, and say what you will about that. But, I mean, overall, good play design and good recognition. Isaiah Nair had a free release on that, so he just went. And it looked like Rella wanted that route from the jump. So moving over to 1958 here. And after this play, I'm going to run into some of your comments real quick. All right. So this one right here is, and this is what I'm talking about with the run game, right? The run game's issues, right? It's simple. Like watch Gatula here. Motion across, inside handoff. That's blown up because of one missed block, right? And these little things are, this is the entire game plan, right? If you can't do what Satterfield likes to do is he likes to do the inside run game, power run game, get big physical to set up the deep pass, right? The deep pass was there, the middle of the field pass. We had that occasion throughout the day. What we didn't have is the run game, right? And it's little stuff like this. You got Gunnar Gatula over there on the left side. Now watch Ramir. Ramir wants to go over to that left side. Whiffs completely. He steps out, 17 steps in, and Ramir has to cut it up into the mud, basically. There's nothing there open to the middle of the field. He has to just cut it straight up and hope to at least make something out of it. Now here's Jamal Banks. 50-50 ball, just to kind of show you his kind of skill set here. Again, just attacking out. DB's got a hand on him. But I want you to watch his back shoulder throw and watch his perfect adjustment. So what he does is waits, boom. Waits, stops, squares his hips to the quarterback, jumps up and goes and gets the ball. So he's not running with the defender to go up and gets it. He's going to stop, plant his base, jump, and high point it. And this is what makes Banks such a hard guy to cover. Boom. No push off, but is still able to kind of just square his hips back up, jump up in the same motion, go up and get the ball. And then on this touchdown here, after this touchdown, I'll go into this, go into the comments for. All right. So this one was, let me see. Let this run here. All right. So this was the Nair pass here, right? Where he caught it on the sideline. So if one thing I noticed though, if he would have let this go just an extra second, he had Ramir open on the right side for a touchdown. That's just an observation because Ramir is going to be sneaking out of the backfield and Ramir is going to be going up to the top. And basically right here, you see him kind of put that move on him and he's going right when Dylan kind of looks this direction. Turns out to be a touchdown anyways, but it looks like almost to me like Fedoni was calling for this ball and like this ball was going to go to him. Fedoni's calling for the ball there. There's the throw. And literally, they're both like tightrope in the sideline about to catch it right there. Great play by Nair, though. Excellent play by Nair to make that catch. But just was interesting to see that from a different perspective. And show it to y'all. Okay, so stalled drive in the third quarter. Let's see. Let's get to 21-43. All right, 21-43 here. Actually, before I jump into that, let me dive into y'all's comments here. I'm almost at an hour already, so I just want to see what y'all are saying here. All right. One thing, the most frustrating thing to watch is defense breaks were almost all misassignments and alignments. Yep, 100%. And that's the thing. That's why I say it's coachable, it's fixable on film, 100%. Missing Mazuka, yeah, missing Mazuka in a bad way. We really need to get him back ASAP. Play well together. Illinois knows stuff. Yeah, they do. Who's comes further in their second year ruler? All right, let's go ahead and I'll get back into some of this offensive film. I know we're over on time, but let me just dive a little bit back into. So let me pull my notes back up here wherever they ended up. Okay, cool. So, all right, I am at 21:46, 21 minutes and 46 seconds. All right, cool. So this is a good play design here. Let it run. Okay, I'll back it up. And what basically, okay, so you see Borkacher motioning right here, and there's going to be a route coming across the back, move in the pocket, get everything going this direction, right? In this backside route, there's going to be a little bit of an opening where that backside route's going to just sneak free. And they're attacking all of the zones, right? They're just gunning. Go. He's running with him. He's running. Nobody has time to think. These two are trying to get out on this route, but then you have this route coming across the back here, but there's commotion on these routes running through the middle. It's trying to clear them out. And then you see that linebacker right there, not quite deep enough to be able to kind of sit back on this throw, and good throw by Dylan, dropping it over the hat and getting it down the field on him. So just an excellent throw there. Excellent play design. And here's here's the issue, right? This is a stall drive right here. And this is where the individual play of some of hey, calm down on the field over there. This is where the individual play of some of these Illinois defenders comes in big time. Now, this is a great tackle here by number 8 in the open field. Motion out. Okay, we're gonna have the handoff here. All right, so there's a little bit of a hole there. Now he's gonna, Ramirez gonna cut it out, and we got one-on-one here because you have this guy here, the safety over the top, and then you have one-on-one here. Boom, stands him up. Great open field tackle, great play like that. Those plays make the difference, right? This drive stalls, and that was one of the plays that did it. Okay, now we're coming over to the next play at 23 minutes. And this, I mean, every drive matters, right? Especially this late in the game. All right, here we are. Let's let this run. See Borkshire motioning inside. Boom. Number 9 comes down, crashes down, stops the run. So what I want you to watch here is I want you to watch number 9 right here. Again, individual players making plays. Here we go. Look at him get down the line, right? That is effort. That's what won Illinois the game. Effort and plays like that, right? Not only were they well coached and well schemed, but they had players that were pinning their ears back late in the game because they weren't on their heels. They were just kind of, and then the third down play, it's 3rd and 4 here. And this is kind of where he throws it a little bit, behind Fedoni. You're going to see Fedoni here with a quick little in-breaking route. Now, in Raio's defense, I know this isn't the best throw in the world, but there's a lot of things covered here, right? You might have Nair right here, but throws it to Fedoni and is a little bit behind him. Okay, and then all of a sudden there, you have a 4th down. But it started with those 2 run plays, right? Those 2 run plays that didn't allow Nebraska to get any run game going because of the individual tackle by number 8. Because if 8 doesn't make that tackle, he's running for a while, right? And then number 9 getting downhill and making that tackle as well. Now 24 minutes and 22 seconds here. And this is going to be okay. And it's going to be a deep throw to Nair. Let's let this roll. Okay, and this is a simple concept like this. You can watch this defensive back up here, and he just kind of gets lost in his zone, right? Boom. Doesn't get out back enough. Good recognition by the receiver to get over there and recognize that, stay towards the sideline. Good throw by Dylan to get over the top. Okay, and then we go over to 25 minutes here. And this is going to be Fedoni. Good job of Fedoni for getting open here. And I'll tell you my one issue with this drive in just a second. All right, so you see Fedoni right here. So Fedoni's going to come up. He's getting held, breaks away, finds him. And as he was getting hit, and Fedoni gets up, and then this, of course, was what led to the Janiron Bonner touchdown. So Fedoni here, you see 34 holding the absolute crap out of him. And he's like, breaks free and cuts out. A little bit underthrown, but he was getting hit. He had a guy in his face getting hit as he threw. So really good job there on that route of getting open. And then the touchdown comes to Bonner. And now the one thing that I will say about this drive happened really quick, right? You saw how quickly, how short, little plays it took to get down the field to score that drive. And that is another thing too. Like I think I said this during the stream, but you don't want to score too quickly because you want to give your defense time to rest, right? And so they got down to the field and scored really, really quickly on that drive. You're not mad about scoring at all, but I'm just saying that it wasn't a methodical drive, right? They got down really quick and scored, and the defense is right back on the field. So we get the touchdown there, but that's what I'm talking about. Game plan, right? Game plan. Do we want a methodical drive? Do we want to go down and score quickly? I know at some point you got to take points, but and this is where kind of the fourth quarter started. And you start to see, Raiola drop the ball, and this is where we start to we hit the fourth quarter, and he drops the ball a couple times, but that play over the middle. All right, let me get it over to 31-16. Let's see. All right, so these are the couple plays here. Just bad coverage. On this first one where he dropped the ball, it was a missed block by Dowdle that really caused him to drop that first ball, and then the second one, pressure again, got there, caused him to drop the second one. All right, let's go 30 minutes and 16 seconds here. This is going to be on that play to Lindenmeyer, where Lindenmeyer sneaks out, backside, and then missed throw. Not this one. It's going to be on the next play. All right. All right, cool. Okay, so you're going to have Fedoni coming out this direction, fake the handoff to Dowdell, and you're going to see Lindenmeyer up here, up top. He's going to block, and then you're going to chip block, and then run out, and you see him kind of. I almost wish Lindenmeyer would have put his head down and ran. You see Lindenmeyer looking back. Look how long he looks back for. He's looking now, or I almost wish Raiola would have threw him the ball there. Looking, kind of slows down and then speeds back up and is not able to get the ball. Okay. That's tough. I mean, Raiola's feeling a lot of adrenaline in that moment. There's a lot of different avenues and factors that go into that. But maybe if he gets him that ball a little early, makes the catch a little easier, makes the throw a little easier, then he's in. Again, execution, right? Small execution details. And then we got overtime. And then we're in overtime. And we know how that goes. Okay. So watch the overtime plays here real quick. So first play, is a false start. After that, though, the first sack is a stunt. It's a stunt by Illinois. It's a stunt they didn't show the entirety of the game. And they show it right here. Okay, so watch him right here. Comes outside, cuts across inside, and nobody picks him up. Justin Evans is supposed to pick him up, but he's doubling. It's Gatula and Evans on that left side. So you see him right there. He's got the block. Now watch 3 come around, and Evans is engaged in this block, not really watching, and it's too late by the time he gets there, and then Raiola's already dead to rights, right? No time to do anything there for Raiola. And then we come into the next play here. Okay, you have covered, 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 and covered. Covered, 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 open, but now he's got pressure in his face. So how is he supposed to make this throw? He's trying to find a way to make a play, but just can't do it, right? And then that was going to be the intentional grounding. And then the last play here. 3 receivers set up top. Pressure right up the middle. And nobody picks it up. Not even an attempt to pick it up. Okay. So there's the film. Let me bring this down. So there's the film of the game. So overarching thoughts. Let me try to get into some of y'all's comments and see what y'all think. Let's see, schedule bro, preach on. Appreciate y'all tuning in for this. Went short flat. They got 8 in the box, committed to stop the run, perfect for halfback screen. Percentage high yardage. I think I know what you're talking about. I was kind of following along the comments while I was they could have worked the edges better. Yeah. And you got to know zone, right? The little things like that. Like I'm talking about like the just missed assignments and this is something we're not used to. And that's why I think a lot of this had to do with the schematics that Bielema used. And that's why I've been saying all week, you have a lot of people that I think watch the game and then they go back and they think about the game, but they don't go back and watch the game, right? They don't go back and they don't sit there and they don't go through the plays. They don't look at the concepts. They see a 1-score loss. They see Nebraska losing by 1 score. They see us come out of the fourth quarter with, Raiola dropping a couple balls. They see us come out in overtime and get the sacks. or get sacked a couple times. Um, but and everything gets blown up into this big kind of general idea of what we saw. Whereas you see left side of your line, right? First play of that, if the left side of your line blocks on that first play, right? You have a route that's coming open on the left side. If Raiola had a half second extra or an extra second, that route on the left side's coming open. And instead of being sacked, we're moving the chains forward, right? And we're starting an overtime drive. Simple, small little details. Man, bring pressure. Great line play is like watching world class ballet. Our fellows are doing your sixth graders class performance of Swan Lake. Yeah. And so I think the biggest thing for this week is, I want to know what's going on with Mazuka fully. Is he going to be a full go? Well, yeah, what's the deal with him? Because right now, with the way the offensive line looks, they got to figure something out, especially late in that game. Like I said, on the left side of the line with Gatula and Justin Evans, there were some big lapses and big moments from those two, especially. And I'm gonna do a video probably where I go through the PFF grades. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push this forward into the Purdue game, right? And I want to give you kind of a rundown in the next video of what I saw in this and what I saw from Purdue and why I think we can expose Purdue. But not only that, what we can do moving forward in the coming weeks, or what we need to look forward to. Like this week against Purdue, of course, we're probably favored to win this game. We should win this game, right? For all intents and purposes. But what can we take away from this game that'll show some of the things that happened against Illinois were corrected and that we've gotten better from it? And that I'll go to in the next video or one of my videos this week. I got a few things coming out for y'all, so I'm trying to keep the content pumping. Let me know if you like this style of video. I'm probably not going to always do it in the Tuesday live stream. I wanted to record this for you yesterday, but I had a live stream to hop onto in a video form. So I figured I might as well just sit down and break it down with y'all today and go over it. So went a little over, but like I said, I wanted to get that done for y'all so I can give y'all a little bit of an idea of what I saw out there and stuff that you can take and kind of think about and talk about moving forward to give yourself a little bit of an avenue of hope and a reason why you think you can see this as not the same old Nebraska. One score turnovers, that type of deal, gets in the rankings, gets out of the rankings. This team's different. There's a lot of good things and there's some bad, but the thing is the bad from the defensive side of the ball. We've seen the defense have bad games. Michigan last year, we've seen a couple of games last year, and what do? They rebounded, right? So I think, again, we trust the staff, we trust the players to not only come get it right, but watch the film, take accountability. And I think it's the biggest thing now is that we have a team and a staff of accountability. They're not blaming anybody else. They're not blaming the guy next to them. They're pointing the finger at themselves. They're going to go in there and they're going to get better. We got a lot of good players, a lot of cerebral players, a lot of good players on this defense. And Matt Rule was talking about how it was the more tenured players that were struggling and having their issues. But I do got to give a shout out to John Bullock. Also, Brian Buschini, been great this year. I don't think he's getting enough love, honestly. But yeah, just love what we're seeing so far. Mazuka's status is only played punt team last week. Yeah, very red. No, I'm sorry. My head is red because there's the picture up on my left screen is red, so it's making it look extra red. I was actually thinking about putting something over there. That'll help a little bit. No, not my head. It's this red background that I have on my left screen now that my left screen's working. We should run some fullback flares with Lindenmeyer before we do a play like that. Again, yes, set it up a little bit differently. And also, not only that, not everything you don't have to get everything in one play, right? Again, I think if Raiola can come out of that and just kind of throw that ball a little bit early, right? Give himself an easier throw and an easier catch for Lindenmeyer. Because think about it too, Lindenmeyer running back side of the end zone in that situation, like that's not the easiest catch in the world for him if it drops over the top or, so that's another factor as well. Fullback's a great tool, working the edges. We're out in the middle. I really want to know it. X's and O's. Do they really want to know X's and O's or just fans? Exactly. It's the picture. That's what it is. Exactly. And so, yeah, what Illinois did, they did a great job of spreading things out. Not only did they spread it out, they attacked the middle. They drew the linebackers in. So when you draw linebackers in, you spread the field. That opens up everything, right? Out routes, hitches to the outside. RPO slants inside. You have the middle breaking routes. You have the runs to the edges. You have the runs up the middle. That is a well complete game plan. That is an all around game plan. And that's what they did. They executed and they got it done and they took care of business, and Nebraska didn't. Sometimes it's that simple. Sometimes the game's that simple. You get out executed, you get outplayed, you get out disciplined, you're going to lose a lot of football games. So all they have to do is, throw some dirt on it, watch the film, get better, and attack next week. And it's not about, a sign of a good team isn't about always how you play every Saturday. It's how you respond. How does Nebraska respond to this? Do they come out and do they come out next week slow, licking their wounds, or do they come out and they come out firing and they're like, we got to recognize, show people who we are again, right? And I think that's what they need to do. Come out against Purdue, show people who you are, show them that you're Nebraska that they've been talking about. Put on a good performance, get momentum back, get the conversation go back your direction, take care of business. Everything Nebraska wants is still in front of them, right? This is what we predicted, an 8-win season. That's still very much on the table. 8-9 wins is still very much on the table for this team. None of that has gone away. The goals don't change. None of that changes. It's just the teams that we thought we might beat might be a little different. Each game is still that could happen for Nebraska too against a team later this year, right? All you got to get better. And I think the Rutgers game is going to be very telling because that's the next team that is, in my opinion, as physical as Illinois, that has a good run game. They have Ethan Kaliak-Manis is not as good as Luke Altmaier, but that'll be the next test. So we'll see how that goes and how the defense holds up to that of another physical team. But we'll see how it goes against Purdue this week. For all intents and purposes, Nebraska should win that game. But I'll have some more previews coming for Purdue in this coming week, so y'all stay tuned to that. So if you don't mind dropping a like, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for that. But with all that being said, I appreciate everybody tuning in for this film review, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.